Good morning, afternoon, and evening, my fellow Magma Munchers. Here is the best armor build for both PvP and PvE that you should go for. You may have seen this video by my alt account this. He is an amazing Arcane Odyssey YouTuber, and he posts bangers like this video showing the best armor to use. However, now that the game has been updated to version 1.12, there have been certain changes made to the stats given by specific armor pieces, making this video slightly out of date. That being said, I still recommend you watch this video and check his channel out, as it is very informative and it will explain the reasoning behind choosing the specific armor build he outlined. To summarize, the most important stats you should focus on are obviously power and defense. So obviously, the best armor build will maximize as much power and defense as possible. He calculated the best armor build by writing a program that essentially went through every build to find out which one gave the highest amount of power and defense. Now, my alt account, this being the Sigma he is, actually turned his findings into a website, and he actually left the source code for the website available for view. So this means I can actually modify the source code myself, update the old values, and show you guys the new best build to use for both PvP and PvE in update 1.12. Here is the beautiful code for the website. I'm focused on this file here called info.json. Here, all the armor sets, as well as the power and defense they give, can be found. The number to the left represents the power of the armor set, and the number on the right represents the defense of the armor set. You can see that instead of naming specific pieces, certain armor pieces are just named as power boss accessory or defense boss armor. Since every boss drop that gives defense or power gives the same amount of defense or power as other boss drops that give defense or power, it's just easier to group them together. For example, Lady Karina's, Elias's, and Calvis's armor all give the same power, just with different substats. Same with the Chernix boots and Argos boots. They both give the same amount of defense, just with a different substat. When it comes to making the build, you can just pick the defense or power boss drop that has your preferred substats. Anyways, let's update the file to contain the up-to-date information. Defense amulets give 259 defense. Power amulets give 26 power. Defense boss accessories now only give 157 defense. Power boss accessories still give 15 power. Arc spheres still give 21 power. The sunken armor now only gives 226 defense. Defense boss armor now only gives 210 defense. Power boss armor still gives 21 power. Sunken boots now give 170 defense. Defense boss boots now only give 157 defense. Power boss boots still only give 15 power. The Argos helmet counts as a defense boss accessory, giving the same amount of defense of 157. The sunken helmet, on the other hand, only gives 113 defense, which is much lower than other defense boss accessories, and so it is not considered in this list at all. Now that's done, let's host a local server so I can view the website and see what the best build is. Since the website uses the ratio of power and defense to determine how viable a build is, builds with a higher multiplier are the better builds. Now that I've updated the website to use the patch 1.12 values for armor pieces, we can see that the best build consists of the power amulet, the sunken armor, the sunken boots, a defense boss accessory, and an arc sphere, all with the hard enchant. This gives you 47 power and 913 defense. If you wanted slightly more power, you would go for the exact same build, but with 2 strong enchants instead of 5 hard enchants. If you wanted nothing but power, at the cost of having absolutely no defense, this is the build you would consider going for. For those of you who don't have an arc sphere, you should substitute it out for a power boss accessory. If you don't have sunken armor, or just don't want to have attack size as your substat, use the Chernix armor instead. You will have slightly less defense as a result of this though. For those of you who use a vitality based build, I will quickly run over a few vitality builds you can consider going for, starting with 50 vitality, moving on to 100 vitality, moving on to 150 vitality, and finally, if you've somehow bugged the game into becoming a warden, this is the build you should consider going for. Here you can see that I am using the current best build in the game. I am using the Chernix Folds, an Arc Sphere, Fair Power Amulet, Sunken Armour, and Sunken Boots, all with the hard enchant. This gives me 47 power and 913 defense, totaling to 1881 HP. I still do very reasonable damage. However, if I ever want to do more damage, I can swap out my Power Amulet and Arc Sphere for a strong Arc Sphere and strong Power Amulet, giving me 61 power, but lowering my defense down to 769. This gives me 1737 HP. I do more damage, of course, but it's up to you whether you want slightly more HP, slightly more damage. I would highly recommend you enchant your Arc Sphere and Fair Power Amulet with the Strength enchant, as that makes more logical sense, as opposed to enchanting something like the Sunken Iron Armor with a Strength scroll. I would also recommend you try have both a hard and strong Arc Sphere and Fair Power Amulet, so you can easily swap between the two as the situation requires it. Just so you guys know what it's like to use this build, I will quickly take on Lady Karina. So that's the best armor builder you should look to go for. In PvP, you'll want to go for higher defense, while in PvE, you'll want to go for higher power. I have made a request on GitHub for my alt accounts this to merge the update 1.12 stat changes into his source code for his website, so you can view his website and see the up-to-date values. Go to my alt accounts this is video, link will be in the description, and just comment Magma wants you to merge the 1.12 changes on GitHub. You'll know what that means. Alright, thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on the bell, you know the drill. Join the Discord. We have 400 plus members now. We're also hosting an outfit event where you can post your fire drip. Alright, see you in the next one, my fellow Magma Munchers.